everyone. Welcome back one last time to Storm King's Thunder. In our previous episode, with the aid of the once villainous, now an ally, Nezanar, the Black Spider, it was discerned the location of the Countess Sansori, the ruler prodigiate of all cloud giants within the areas of Faerun, at least those that consider themselves dignified. From there, the party proceeded to get any little preparations they needed, and everyone got teleported to a spot in the Evermore, which is pretty much central Faerun. It's this large bogland. And on top of the back of the majestic Huru, Tian, Kirak, Roman Nomarin, Zero Little, Varys Valorin, and Glory, daughter of Legacy, wife of Ashk, proceeded to make their way up. Should be noted, Zero Little was already up there with a contingent of vermin and large beasts, both bird and snuck alike. The party jumped up and proceeded to assist in the fighting, Glory single-handedly with a single blow killing a cloud giant, because Hammer of Thunderbolts is a bitch, y'all. From there, every cloud giant in the vicinity had the very reasonable idea to be fucking terrified of her. And the battle continued, with the Warforged and Cloud Giants being eventually overwhelmed, along with the Simulacryllium forms of Tian. From there... Goddamn.
Keep going.
From there, they make their way up, sending familiars up to the highest level of this enormous keep, taking 5 minutes to even walk up these enormous stairs up to the next level. The familiars fly up another stairs higher, encountering two young, very young cloud giants, with a seemingly uncle who, when the sound of combat was ensued, all proceeded to go inside the highest point building behind several large, very heavily reinforced doors. The party then returned down to the second level and advanced within the area, encountering 5 cloud giants breaking down a door, all of which seeing Glory, and realizing that danger was afoot, shouted to protect the children and teleported away. From there, the party began moving towards Countess Sansori's space, with, I believe, a familiar was sent forward.
Yeah, that was
your familiar was sent forward, caught in midair by a magical spell, and Glory then turned the corner to see Sansori handing off an enormous, to the size of a person, maybe the entire torso, orb to individuals who were already making their way through a portal, not really able to discern any indications of them. They were hooded. With the simple words of, "Remember to protect them, and remember our bargain." The portal was closed, and in that moment, the entire castle became weightless, and began to fall until Sansori held it aloft with her own magic, and began trying to threaten, bargain, or otherwise demand of the party, whom were having none of it. And a scatter spell was cast, throwing Glory and several other members of the party as close to Sansori as possible. Her consort and 2 other giant guards were very heavily waylaid by spells focused on the slowing of movement, insect plagues, and water torrents. Kirok, taking heavy damage throughout the fight, as the last familiar Simulacrum was killed, Sansori said she would take her with her, and raised her finger in a very notorious style before Glory cut off the hand, cut through the neck, and, gripping the jaw, yanked straight through the heart with the blade, and tore the head off. And in that moment of weightlessness, while there was a continuous throughout sound of a dragon roaring in agony, the weightlessness returns. As the head rolls to Kirok's feet and then begins floating, as Kirok is several feet off the ground as well. From there, we resume with the initiative order. Because if I'm correct, Glory was the last person in initiative. Now it's Roman Nomarin. As you guys have 8 minutes currently before you hit the ground. Defenders of Faerun, what are you all doing?
Internally screaming for one. So the thing of it is that I forgot we're weightless and I cannot fly.
Well, it's less a point of weightlessness. It's less a point of weightlessness and more a case of you're falling as well. You just have different mass and connection to the ground. So this building is falling, you're also falling, but at a different speed as you begin quickly rising to hit the roof. You try to fly, but this isn't something you'd have to kick off of something to get your momentum.
Yeah, it's like the vomit rocket, that airplane that flies up and then flies down, so you can free fall. They call it the vomit rocket.
You feel like a sensation of 0G.
But you're actually falling. The plane falls at the same speed that you do, so it feels like you're in the air.
Yeah.
And they called it the vomit rocket because
it makes you do that.
But it's fine, 'cause
Right.
we've got 8 minutes and every round is 6 seconds.
Yeah, so what do we do?
Zero does utter, if any of you will help me get this castle where it needs to go, I can make it worth your while.
We're still in initiative, so no you don't. Roman, what do you do?
Okay.
I hold my action for plane shift.
If you hold your action and do not get an opportunity to do it by the next start of your next turn, you will lose the spell.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, until we know it's time.
We're not ready to go yet.
I don't want to go.
Oh, why did you say that? That's... no, bad! Get out!
I don't feel good, Mr. Valerian.
Vote Kate Krause.
You don't even get the reference! Not
You know what I
allowed!
You don't know what I was referencing.
There's two things you're referencing, neither are okay.
Never mind. I won't hold my action to fucking do that. But I will get rid of the maelstrom.
Okay. You watch as Roman just reaches into his mind and looks like he's yanking something, and you all hear like a plug. Goop. Off goes the.
Shit. Yeah. Fuck. I don't know what to do.
There are still 3 giants, one of which is heavily battered, and the consort of the woman you just killed.
Yeah, don't forget these guys are actually still here. I mean, I know they're basically fodder, but they are still here.
I was gonna say, I think we have bigger problems.
So we are killing them now.
How many people can say in your lives, cloud giants, 3 of which, one of which is a pure spellcaster, are fodder?
A level 15 character, that's
If
who.
that's the case, if we're still killing them, look at the Eldritch Blast then.
And it probably wouldn't hurt because they're most likely going to die regardless.
I mean, the spellcasters are all going to be busy, so that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill Maggie.
They're between me and the dragon.
By all means, attack.
Boop. Boop.
Hit,
Boop.
hit, hit.
Hey, boop. Hey, boop. Hey, boop.
Still alive.
Okay. No, nothing. Most hard-hitting spell, but... Fuck you,
Just
guy!
float, you just float in the air like, what do I do? Pew, pew, pew.
That's what I do.
And honestly, it's like the scene from ASDF. Boom, boom. Hey man, you gonna run out of muffins? No, because I work at the muffin factory. Kira,
Cool.
child of air, put your hands in the air. What do you do?
I can fly!
Shock and horror, yes you can.
Nice for some.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Gloria, you're currently not flying because your sword is still embedded in Sansori.
I'm busy
who's-
falling.
Actually, no. Sansori is basically clamped her. Like one hand is clamped in like a death grip onto the throne she's on, and you're clung to her, so you're kind of able to hold yourself where you are.
Okay.
I'll take it.
So, I think I'll reiterate what Kira will have said last session, which was along the lines of, we need to save that dragon, because it probably won't survive if it's chained down. We should find it, like now, sort of. And she's also just sort of going to look to the side of her, where Roman is probably sort of flailing up and down in the air. And
Well, I'm pretty sure you still had me in your...
yeah, if she isn't already, I think she did, but just to reiterate,
Yeah, she had
she's
him in
gonna
the
grab
grips.
him. She's going to grab him with her talons, so he's not just flailing. And
You're basically in the long cat pose, Roman. That's all I can picture whenever you're in the closet.
so yeah, because she doesn't have time to process this because bad shit is happening. But I do remember, actually, that is a good point. Hang on, I've just remembered. I gotta rewind to last session.
I mean, I know you planned on doing Earthquake on the entire fucking
I
building.
do plan on doing stuff, but I have to do this first.
You already did your wild magic.
Yeah, I have to do something else.
Okay.
Because Kirok got pelted by 2 rocks and she was concentrating on a spell.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 23
Cool.
to 25. I don't know what that means in relation to the damage. Because I can't
I
see
think the
damage
damages were in the 30s, so yeah,
I
you're.
can't see the damage roll, so I don't know if I've succeeded or not.
Hang on.
I think
Yeah.
it was like 8 something total.
Hang on a second. One was a 35, so you succeed the first one. The second one was 57, so 57 half.
If it's above
goes-
50.
I can't
Yeah,
see that.
actually, you lose concentration on the spell after that second hit. So yeah.
Cool. I do nothing then, because the spell I had cast on myself was haste. So I do nothing for my turn.
You're there going, what? Oh wow, you were even more vulnerable. Woof!
I was, yeah, I was hasted, so yeah. So,
Did
yeah.
you also haste Tion?
No, I don't have dual concentration. I can only concentrate on one thing, so I was concentrating on myself.
I'm gonna get rid of that symbol off of Tion because we don't need.
I think that symbol was to specify he was flying. Which he still is. So, yeah, so I don't drop Roman, so he's still, like, in place, but yeah, Kirok can't do anything for her turn, so...
Okay. Alright. Zero Little, you may now use your bargain.
I say my bit where I say, anyone who wants to help me make this castle land where I want it, I can make it worth your... And that's, and I gesture with my hand, suggesting that I mean both the giants and the defenders.
Mm-hmm.
While doing that, I cast Conjure Animals at level 6 to conjure 12 giant...
Well, you don't choose the type of animal that gets summoned.
You always had let me before, but I was...
Nah, you're fine, I'm fucking with you. It's like at the last
Yeah,
one to go, actually, bitch! Nah, you're fine.
5 balls
But,
of it.
but I
Five
would...
pigs.
You don't have to put them on map. And I'll say for the owls, do whatever they tell you. The rest are coming with me outside.
Hey, Zero, roll me a d100. Higher is better. Ooh. As you begin walking away, you begin hearing a very familiar sound from underneath you, and there's a quick shift. And you can actually feel the building beginning to move. Now that there's
It's working?
nothing... Now that there's nothing adhering its movement, yes!
Ah.
They had to flick the switch because there was a woman going, "No, I'm holding this in place. Nobody's moving it." They're like, "Yeah, the rocket's not working." Now the rocket.
Did you put thrusters on this fucking castle?
Not personally.
Fucking Nemo thing to say.
Not personally.
Coldest fucking.
Yeah, alright.
And I say, never mind. Anything I could help any of you fine gentlemen with before I leave? It seems this castle will be landing where I want it. When I say landing, I do the quotation marks with my...
"Quote-unquote landing."
Yeah, those thrusters will not keep this thing up. That is to direct a landing
purely
These
position.
are going
not-
in a direction.
This is a controlled fall, controlled in the loosest sense of the terminology.
It's falling with style.
To say this as well, I know you're messaging Blue. I got messaged off Spook as well. I have to swap between this and roll 20. So like that's where it is because I've only got the one screen.
No,
So whenever I-
if you like, just even if it's like that big, if you minimize it like to one corner, it doesn't lag. You just have to have it like on the screen.
So yeah, we got 12 giant owls. They can't activate till next turn, but they're all there and ready.
Thank you.
I am texting.
How's that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's
That's
Zero
I did
Little.
my turn.
Now it's Crezaro, who's looking around going, "You killed my beloved! You killed everything!"
That spell drops, by the way, the green circle down. All the bugs go away. They go back into the ground.
And he just looks towards the other two cloud giants and goes, "Kill them, you brutes! Kill!" And he just despondent. And as he says that, both giants are like, "No, no, 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 no." They're like, "No, we do not associate with him." Like, no, we do not. Like,
associate with.
give you an idea. He's currently looking towards you, pointing back at them for like, pointing like, "Kill them! Kill them!" And both of them are behind him like, "No, no." Like they're both looking at Glory like, "No, no, 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 no."
That is above my pay grade.
Zero
Yes.
looks at them and it's like, I am currently hiring, and I do have a shit ton of it.
They both look back at him and go, "Make a persuasion check." Because I actually have an idea where these guys could go. So yeah, roll the
I have
dice.
enough giant owls so I can even
Lord.
take these giants down.
Oh
Um,
god damn it! I don't.
They
wanna
can cast
go-
Featherfall on themselves. They're fine.
I don't want to go into the fucking Underdark and then just see two fucking cloud giants just like.
Look good, bitch!
What up?
Boom!
It's time for the worst of both of Kirok worlds.
And her daughter has to fight it, not her.
Ah!
Your mother's
Welcome to the
problems are you, bitch.
Cloud Giant Underdark.
The Clouder Dark.
Cloud of dark.
Underdark.
Clouder Dark. Clouder Dark.
Welcome to
Does
the
whatever.
Too
upstairs.
many memes.
that's
That's
fine.
just crossing the memes.
Can I just say Cloud and Dark sounds delicious?
Yeah, actually.
It does
It's
not.
like a chocolate. It sounds like a chocolate.
Chocolate chowder.
It sounds like something you'd have as a dessert. Anyway, you look at that. You make that persuasion check, and they both look at you, look at each other, look at him, look at each other, look at you, and then all just like, Faris, what do you do?
I don't know.
By the way, the Cloud Giants, while they have not put away their weapons or like dropped them, they're more just like a dead dad.
Fuck.
They're like the guy that sees the angry dog coming at them. They're like, "I have a stick! I don't want to use the stick, but I have a stick! Please don't spite me!"
I don't know where the dragon is, do I?
From your current location, you do not.
We know the direction.
You know the direction, actually. Yes, thank you. You do know the direction.
The
It's
direction is.
map on the map wise. It's southwise. Like I've actually revealed it on the map as
Yeah,
to where
sure.
they
Well,
are.
I don't know if I know
To
that.
us, we know
You
it's
know-
around here somewhere.
Yeah, you know it's down there somewhere in that area, that general vicinity.
Knowing the rough layout of the castle, and also focusing on my sword, would I be able to judge the distance and be able to D-door into that room? Like I did on that white dragon that one time.
Yes or no?
Sorry, I was looking at something. Make an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence, yeah?
No, make an Arcana check.
You spoil me. Yeah, luck is the real thing. There are no numbers.
There are no numbers.
There are no numbers.
One day we need to make a shirt that all of us have, which is there are no numbers between 1 and 20.
Thank you. So, I presume by what you were saying that was the case, but okay. Varys. Zing. You have that brief moment where you have the blade up. Which one is real you? This is real you.
The ones next to Sanctuary are real.
Which
real
one of
Barrett,
you is real?
Familiar.
You're focusing...
I'd get my familiar to come with me, because I'd get my familiar to fly next to me and deal with me, so they'll be next to me.
Meow, I'm a cat. I'm next to you. As you're there, what you can see currently is a... hang on. This bronze dragon, who's heavily chained around the neck with these rune-encrusted chains. They're holding him at the neck, they're holding him at the wrists, and at the ankles and the tail. They're all held, and his wings have these hooks in their actual like natural nature, and around those hooks there's been like heavy irons chained in and yanked up to the side, so he's basically like stretched out. But like when I say hooked, you know, like some creatures have hooked wings, like to the corners of them at the tops.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. At the joint,
Kind of like that.
Joint,
Yeah, it's at the joint, and that's where he has them all currently. And he's currently like maybe 5 feet off the ground, as he can't control himself, and he's just floating somewhat up in the air above, just like, you're new. Hello.
I'll stay in Draconic. Do you need a hand?
Yes, please.
And I will do nothing because that was my action.
Yeah.
Fake Varys. What's he got left? Fake Varys will polymorph himself. No. Will polymorph his familiar into a giant eagle.
Meow.
I don't know if you've got a giant eagle.
I'm not pulling a giant eagle up. Fuck you. But okay. It's giant eagle now.
That's fine.
I'm on a low budget here, kids.
Giant eagle. Let me
Don't have to tell me.
just so I can see the movement speed of a giant eagle. It's 80-foot flyer speed. Sweet. Familiar is going to go fly towards me.
Meow. I'm an eagle.
And then fake Varys is just going to grab on.
Grab. Meow. You grabbed onto giant eagle. Meow.
And
I like to think he said, "Yeah, I'm an eagle," and all the owls go, "Hoo, hoo, hoo."
Oh, what a dick.
Meow. I'm a giant eagle. Meow. Imagination is what everyone's been doing for D&D. Meow. You can move me because you're a fucking controller. Meow.
Like that. That was action.
World's largest cat.
I like to imagine he's got like the eagle wings and the talons and the beak, but besides that, it looks pretty much exactly the.
Yeah, pretty much. That is my turns.
Meow. That's your turn. Tian. There's this bitch over here that's still barking orders and wanting you dead.
Yeah, I'm doing math, which is taking time because I don't know.
I got it.
I don't normally.
You do Tian's turn.
I don't normally do math. To Tian's turn.
Mathematical!
Tian's turn may depend on answer to said math.
Do you need help with that math?
It's math with curls.
Oh, okay.
Possibly the worst sentence you could ever say.
I'm sorry I put you on the spot. I just need a vague.
Jesus.
I need a approximation.
How much is too much?
Above 250.
If you're
Right.
trying to have her be brought to Crizaro, I'd say if she's a bit of a chunker.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. That's why I've just asked her because I've got the math. Damn it.
I would say that if she could do it, or if he, it's I'd say he's a strong lad. I'd say he's just about.
Yeah, I have the number. I have the number that he can do.
Okay, what's his number and what's her number?
That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm trying to work out, and that's why I'm doing math. I don't know how much Glory weighs.
Oh.
I know how much her armor weighs.
How tall is she?
She's like 6 foot.
She's like 6 foot, I think.
She's about 6 foot. I say she's a good.
She's 6 foot
180.
And she's
6
built.
foot 2.
Okay,
Right.
the
She's
main
built.
built.
the main thing
I
that's
think-
heavy
Her
will be
armor
armor.
is 65 pounds alone.
Okay. Okay, well that's still fine.
You're probably going to be pushing to over 200. Yeah.
I'd say you're about 200
And it's fine.
and 260.
It's fine, then Tian can manage it. Kirok can't do it, but Tian can. Tian can grab Glory and fly with her.
Nice.
Everyone.
As you might expect, I
okay.
don't know how someone who's 6 foot, how much someone who's 6 foot tall weighs as a 5 foot person.
I will say this for hilarity's sake, just for a running continuity of people in Kirok's family grabbing her weapon. He flies over her, and the hammer is just put up, and she just puts her hands onto both sides of it. He grabs the hammer, lifts it with her, and just there's that moment of whoa, use my momentum, and she's over.
Yep. So,
Where do you go?
sup, bitch? This is Tian, and he's got 60 feet of movement, and he's taking Glory with him. And, yeah, that's just his standard movement, so let's whack some attacks in there as well.
Make a man go smack with all the attack.
Dash. As she's doing that, I forgot my familiar can dash. Could I throw a dash into my movement?
No!
I'm sure that's a yes. I'll do that while you're doing.
Let's see. Hit. Hit.
And that's it.
That's some nice damage. That's 18. He is not a happy.
He's gonna be even more unhappy now because he brought a Glory with him.
Okay, so
Ian and I really understand each other.
now it's the Cloud Giant's turn.
Oh, actually, yeah. How many maneuvers has he got left? He's still got some. Can I use a maneuver on one of those things? Because it's a when you can hit.
When you hit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can that fellow make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, for goading.
Goading.
That's a big 7. Stop messaging each other. I keep having to do it out of. So I keep closing my thing, so I keep getting laggy. Stop it. Yeah, he fails it, and he takes an additional point of damage.
Just one.
Just one, but he's real pissed about it.
As somebody who has stubbed your
Ow!
toe, you can be
Hurt
very
my
pissed off at
thigh.
1 point of damage.
You just thrown some Lego.
Ow, you hurt my
And that
pride.
Lego was Tian.
Now he's good.
Okay, this Cloud Giant goes there. This Cloud Giant goes to here. And they both begin taking out papers and well, you can see on my resume. And that's their turns.
Fucking Christ.
They're smart creatures. They know not a hope of winning this. I'm out.
No. That's not the part that I'm going Jesus Christ about. I'm going Jesus Christ because they have written as resumes in the case that this went bad.
They're smart creatures.
Fuck yeah,
Sorcery has been going
and-
south for a while, dude.
And,
Shit,
and
yeah.
Zero's just nodding and he says, "You'll be glad to know we have good health benefit."
But
You
do
have
they
dental.
have dental?
Yep.
Excellent.
Oh, they also have vision.
Oh yeah, we do really good healthcare where in my order, as you could imagine. pretty much full coverage.
Glory, while this is happening, he's got 18 health left. How do you eat him? How do you eat him?
With the
You
first-
hit, you
the
hit,
fir-
he's dead!
The
He's
first
dead!
hit is how you eat him.
The consort of Sansuri, this smarmy prick who's been running from you for this entire castle-y contouration, what do you do to his faceration?
Just go for my standard take off of the head. I just look at Tia and I'm like, I swear I don't mean to keep doing this.
I mean, you can give him the kill if you want.
I mean, hell yeah, if I can.
Tia's nah, you're good.
Tia and get some anger out.
Why'd you think I brought you with me?
We have this discussion and then I kill him.
Here's the
We
thing, like, you
have
have
this
this moment.
discussion and then it's
So-
like, oh, okay.
So give
The
you a,
mental image of Tian flying through a room with glory glass on his feet going, look at! I've got a tiefling and I'm not afraid to use it!
the tiefling's just in his arms like,
That's what friends are for.
That's fucking teamwork!
give you an idea then, I'll describe this. You're like, I don't mean to do this, and you just smash his ankle and you hobble him, and he's just beginning to trying to hold himself up. It's like, I don't mean to do this, you can have it if you want. And he's like, nah, you take it. And you're like, okay. And the Chris, dead bitch just goes, no. You shank him in the ankle, and like underneath the knee, and you pull that back, and he falls down, and you get him in the gut, and you just go all the way up, and then it's like,
That good shit Mortal Kombat brutality.
oh yeah, you get X-rays and all of this motherfucker.
Yeah. And then I look around to the spellcasters and I go, what are we doing?
We're saving a dragon!
Where?
Probably where Varys went!
Telepathically, I'll say, I've got it.
Dragon's Heart. Roman.
Oh,
Woo! Tea!
Woo! Thank you, hon.
Blue, did I realize you had tea before you did?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't actually have eyes in the back of my head.
Clearly not,
False,
my dear.
I don't believe you.
I
You and Blue are next to each other on my tiny chat, so you just like disdainfully looked over. Thank you, Spook, for the free ASMR.
Chocolate chip hop yabs.
See, I don't have eyes in the back of my head.
You don't have a
You
head!
have physical matter.
Roman,
I notice any magical things on Sansori.
on Sansori,
Yes.
make an investigation check if you want to pilfer Sansori.
Yup. Boom. 20.
God, just turn around. What are we doing? And Roman's just looting.
1 second. Ooh.
Okay, give me a sec, there's a list.
Oh, there's a list, people.
Yeah, she's pretty much just like
Me
one
and
of
Kay
your
slowly
wizards.
takes out Pet.
Yeah, she's like one of your wizards, she's fucking clocked to the nines.
I can just go. Imagine Roman just like, excuse me, here, 1 second.
Well, you've
It's
already
off.
taken one of her rings.
How do you get to Sansori's looter when Kirok's holding you in midair?
I pat her on the claws,
Is it a free
It's-
action to let go?
and then swim speed, trying to swim in air.
You dive!
I don't think that's how physics works.
know.
just kicks off Kirok. And
It
Kirok
is today,
goes
bitch.
flying in
What
the
is your goddamn
direction.
cartoon, okay, crap?
So, you can see that there's definitely runic markings on her cloak, which you just unfasten really quickly, and you're like, I've got a big parachute now. She has a wand at her side that you reach up and pull. It's a wand of the War Mage, +3. Your little, ooh. And she has
Go
a
around as parachute.
She has a ring, which, as you're beginning to parachute off, because the wind is immediately catching up from underneath, just grab the ring around the finger, whoop, off it goes. And it is a ring that is basically like the design of clouds, like all the way around it, with a misty white gem on top. The Ring of Windora.
What did that do?
You don't know because you don't know identify.
It would probably help you to stop falling.
Actually, no,
Actually, I
because
do have identify. But it's gonna
That's a
take 10
ritual.
minutes, and I'm gonna be.
no. I'll say
You'll be
this.
dead long before then.
Or I could use identify and cast it, which you.
I'm just gonna
but
say
you
this
can't.
really
You
quick.
can't if it's from
I'll just say this really quick. It's a 10-foot aura radiating from the caster that lasts for as long as they maintain concentration. It gives them +2 to AC against ranged attacks and extinguishes all open fires that are not magical.
Yeah, interesting.
It's a dramatic gust of wind when you walk into the room.
Plus, and it gives you the armor to survive bullshit. And the armor to survive bullshit too. So yeah, dramatic gust and AC.
Yeah. In any case, I'll just be like, okay, bag, and shoot.
Yeah, Kirok, you just watch as he just like suddenly gets cloaked and boom up against the up against. You're basically flat up against the ceiling now. He doesn't think that's right. But the thing is, the cloak is still sensory size, so it looks like he's in the world's largest blanketing quilt, just like
You
ah!
just got on a fucking parachute, is what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just looking currently through the giant lords because I have them all here, and I'm like dead, starving, dead.
Oh yeah, it's fucking, the fucking Earth. Fucking.
Chief
Yeah.
Gar starved until she could get out.
Yeah.
Until she
Yeah.
was skinny enough to
But
move.
she had water,
She had
which
water.
was important.
She had water and anything else that was still in that water. Kira.
Cool. Bleh. Snapped out of it. First things first. Go down to my inventory. And, down a greater healing potion.
I'm gonna drink that.
That's how many D4?
4. 44 plus 1.
44 plus 4. Jesus. Was hoping for a higher number!
Oh.
Add that on.
It's above average.
Kirok's health isn't.
Oh shit.
Cool.
Poor Baba.
Well, I guess now that she's able to actually move, she will then go to Roman and just be like, "Hey, do you need a lift?"
Yes.
Grab.
As he's currently doing like the face flapping as well.
Yeah. It should...
Right,
You're experiencing some G's.
Oh yeah.
we're just gonna go past these guys because we don't have time to deal with that.
God damn it, Cthulhu! I told you not to call here again.
And that's all she's gonna do, because she's-
your effort?
She's gonna use her action to dash, and she used a bonus action to have a potion, so that's all she's doing.
So does that make it my turn?
Yep.
Yes.
I say to the giants, I won't force employment, but if you're interested after we're safely on the ground, we can discuss the matters. In the meantime, I hop on one of my owls. The other 11 owls will help the giants, and I say, these owls will help you retrieve your things from this castle if you so desire. I have checked to make sure that this castle is going where it needs to. And I'll take my owl out while the other 4 owls will wait the commands of the defenders.
Cool.
A lot of owls.
You summoned a lot of owls.
Yeah, they're all
Let's see.
big.
That's your turn gone. Krazaro's fucking dead. Barris.
I'm gonna say to the dragon, I can get you out of those chains, but you need to trust me and accept what I'm about to cast on you.
These chains are magical. I can't change my form while.
Can I change your form?
Probably not.
Okay, in that case.
But if you can get me out these chains, I could change to something that's. I mean, you look at his wings. His wings have been deliberately tattered. Like it'll take a long time to heal. It's like, but I can change to something that's more manageable.
In that case, what I will do is cast something I don't have prepared, so I can't cast that.
Wizard.
I'll just do a dispel magic on the chains.
Okay. The chains break away. They have this like runic effect that just like pulses and then just dims for a bit, and he just lifts them off. Or as you dispel them, sorry, he doesn't break them, but you just watch as his form diminishes immediately, and he turns into a chubby, big, massive tuft, like frizzy tuft of ginger-haired gnome. And he grabs on one of the chains to stop him from floating up too high.
Do you know how to stop this castle from falling?
Absolutely not.
Perfect. Do I see anything else in this room with my true seeing that I've still got on? My true sight?
You pass. When you look outside of this room, from where he is to the, like, say, in his room, no.
It is open, this door.
Yes, that door is currently open. You see 5 griffins that are all penned in and not very happy looking and very starved looking. And you see the bones of some humanoids in the cages with them, and the griffins are like clinging to the tiles on the ground to stop them from just up against the ceiling, because their cages are embedded into the actual ground. So the cages aren't moving, and they're stuck in the cages, and they're not.
Okay. I can't physically move. Like, I'd be like, I'd have lead or to the floor, would I then have started floating up?
Yeah, you just started floating up.
Then
I mean, I can stay a dragon just long enough. I can get through those doors.
Can I like misty step to like next to the door and then like grab
Yes.
onto like the handle so I don't fly up?
Yeah, that's easy
Grab
enough
onto
for you to do.
something.
Yeah, that's easy enough for you to do. You misty step
Oh.
forward and just cling onto a bar.
Can I cast 2 spells in the same turn?
In this campaign, yes.
One of them was at the start,
Yeah.
if that matters. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That was using an item and casting a spell.
Yeah. Okay.
However, I will say this next campaign is cantrips
Yes.
and spells.
The
That's
actual
what
rule.
the actual rules, rather than the fuck it. You throw out a bunch of shit. They're dead now.
Final Carlo's also going to fly up.
Meow, mechanical eye.
Fake Varys.
God, I'm not going to be able to do that voice in the next campaign. That upsets me. Meow, no fake Fenicala.
You didn't know
What's Fake
that.
Varys got?
There may be more than one cat.
I'll make my steed for. Would take a cat.
Fake Final Carla. is an
Oh my
attack.
god,
Meow!
no, you're gonna...
I don't.
No. Oh, somebody help me. I can't remember their name off the top of my head. He-Man's cat.
Oh,
Okay.
fucking.
Cringer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Battle cat.
Meow, scaredy kitty.
Fake Familiar's gonna dash into there with Fake Varys on his back.
Meow, my fake cat.
Because
That's
Fake
also
Varys-
Yeah.
It's-
I did point out to the defenders as the owls will obey any commands, and Varys, the owls wouldn't know any different.
Oh, I know, but giant eagles don't.
Fuck you, mine's better.
That's fine. I'm just saying that you can command them to do whatever you
I know.
want.
I know. Don't worry.
He commands it to fuck off.
And then Fake Varys. What spells has he got left? Not really a lot. Not a lot indeed. He's just gonna do fuck all. There's nothing he can do. He's just gonna do nothing.
That's a reaction. Okay, for now, we have no combat. So, I'm basically just going to use this initiative. So, Glory and Tion, like Tion I imagine is moving Glory. So, wherever you want to move, you guys can...
Yeah, they're basically, I assume, you'll find
Probably
sort
following
of,
after.
sort of reconvening as a group.
Yeah, I'll basically go wherever Tian
Yeah.
takes me. Glory has nothing, literally nothing she can do, so she's just being drafted around where she's required in order to live.
Just a quick question. Zero, do you make your way... No, you wouldn't have made your way out this turn, but next turn you'll make your way outside the actual castle itself. I didn't get a response. I didn't hear that. Did he say yes or
I
no?
said yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
That is important. Doing what now then? Kirak, do you have anything you want to do then while those two... Are you guys just moving like that?
I
You're
think
just
we're
making-
basically
Just
now
moving.
moving as a group to probably try to find Varys is what we're going to be doing. So we'll follow
Okay,
Simulacrum,
We're
Varys.
still
Then-
telepathically linked to
Then
him.
for now, I'm just going to do something with Nemo.
So like it's like fast forward one turn so that everybody's like here basically.
Like a full dash towards
All that thought.
towards the... Yeah.
2 rounds of 8.
Now my question is, where is it that he actually wanted this dropped?
I don't remember.
He
Like,
wanted it to
a water
block
source
a
for the
water
Illithid.
source for the Illithid, yeah.
Which means dropping it on a big ass lake that probably goes into an underground river.
Yes.
Which would probably be where we were,
Yeah.
but just in a specific
Presumably
place.
the thruster things that he's affixed to it, which are apparently working, are doing the job for him, which is why he's like content to leave now because he thinks it's going to
Yeah.
do it.
I can't think it'll go very far. It's still got to be in the Evermoors. It's still
Yeah,
got-
yeah, it'll be a very specific place in the Evermoors, is what it'll
Yeah, I
be.
think that's.
It'll
It's
be a
still gonna
crack
fall-
in like the bed.
It's
that
still
leads
going to
down to the
cause a fuck
Underdark.
ton of damage.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we still want to stop it from dropping.
Rock.
What?
I mean,
The only one I know. Lots of little pieces are probably better than one giant piece, is all I'm saying.
Hey, I kept saying I want to
it'd
use my.
still
I
block
kept
up
saying I want to
all.
use my new spell.
Hey, it's fucking well. Zero's gonna hate us no matter what we do.
See, she'll want to use the new spell, but she wants people to be clear of the building because it's.
We're all airborne, apart from Varys.
Yeah.
Until we find Varys. Well, like, we're all airborne.
Because the entire building will like shatter into loads of pieces, so it's like loads of flying rocks and debris. People can get hurt and knocked out. So she kind of wants.
What's your range on that?
It's a pretty decent range. I don't have.
Well,
Oh, I'm
radius.
asking when I've got a spell book right here.
Is it
Spell
like
book.
300 foot? I don't know if I made that up.
Yeah, range 500 feet, so she.
Oh my god, I opened straight to it.
Yeah, so she wants everybody to be clear of the building first.
Okay.
Okay, so you've had one turn. You've all made your way back around. It's currently about 24 seconds have passed. 24 to 30 seconds have passed.
So can we like just fast forward like another 8 seconds and say that everybody's there?
Well,
Yes.
if that's going to happen, Varys won't be there. Because Varys and his familiar are going to plane shift to the plane of air to Samosh's call.
That's fair. We don't know where you are. We're following your simulacrum.
I'd have said before, like, I'd have said something over the telepathy, like,
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Well, the
Yeah,
next,
and
next
from
question
where-
is, what do we want to do about the griffins?
The griffins are trapped, penned in, not happy, and desperate looking.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
they're
you just
doors.
hear a voice going, yes, those doors are bashed open right now. There's basically nothing holding this place anymore. And you guys can just hear cute elf guy, where'd you go? Hello?
Fake Varys will fly in. He's just on a little quick break, but I'm here, don't worry.
Can somebody help get me out of here? I really don't like dangling from this, and I'd sooner change back, but I kind of can't.
I take it one of you, Yobo, has actually told those 4 owls to do something. Even if
They
it
can
was
come
just
with
follow
us.
me.
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah, just come
Come
with
with us! Don't be alone. Come with us. We'll adopt.
A fake Varys and Giant Eagle will come and pick up the gnome.
Okay. You pick up Ginger Gnome. Thank you. And I will ask everyone to say as we're not plummeting to our death. So,
Let's go.
so back to you then, Blue.
how big are these cages?
As big as they look. So, about
If they
20
have
foot
doors,
around.
I can probably have a
They
go
have
at them.
doors. So you guys just watch as like Glory's just like, I might have a go at them. She goes to one door, walks to the next one.
Oh yeah, I have like 27 strength. I forgot.
You just rip them.
And
You give
me-
I'm hoping that these appear to be open windows.
Yes, they are open windows.
Fly, my pretties, fly!
Be free!
You speaking Orin, Blue, they seem to understand you somewhat. Out they fucking go! Out the gap they're gone. It takes 0 effort to convince them to leave.
Okay.
They want out. Mama's a bad bitch and has been feeding them people. They don't like that. They
Okay,
want.
so now I guess we're just shouting to Simulacrum Varys. What's the actual Varys doing?
I'm assuming there's some way to differentiate them.
He's gone
He's
to
got
the elemental
different
plane of
equipment.
air. He's gone to the elemental plane of air to
Great,
try and
why?
find someone that can help.
So what should we do? Just wait or get out of here? I'd like to get out of here, honestly.
I mean, he didn't tell me that much, but we should probably get out of here.
Cool, well there's an open window.
Fly!
I like the open window.
Can Varys fly on his own? Do we know that?
I mean, I can cast fly myself, but I'm
God damn it! I've been trying to talk, but I've been pushing the wrong button.
I'm plane
Whoops.
shifting to Samoshi's call, and I'm assuming there's something
Yeah.
there that he
I'm
can...
just like, yeah. I'm just making sure for
Because he's been there
Florian's peace of
before.
mind.
He can make
you
himself
You might
fly.
have visited, yeah.
We'll
Also,
start-
I think I've seen Varys cast Featherfall as well. So okay, I've
Yeah,
got plenty
yeah,
of
he's
reasons
good.
to think
He's
Varys
good.
is going to be okay. Cool.
And he could have teleported directly to it, yeah.
At push, then if I can't fly when I get there, I'll polymorph my familiar into a real familiar
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
giant eagle, and then I can fly.
Yeah, no, you can fly. You get there, and
You can fly, you can fly.
after 2 minutes of you guys in this confusion and daze, you just see a split opening behind you, and it just seems to rift open, and you see a chariot being ridden, or being pulled by 3 Pegasus, and you see a herald with a big long piece of paper, and he's just listing off title after title after title after title
Kira
after
Yes, we know.
Yeah, Kira pulls the paper down and is like, we know, we're falling!
I understand
We
you
know.
have an issue.
Ah.
And it is that, somebody has pulled the control mechanism free. And you just watch as the unicorn just go, wait, there's a unicorn's peg, it's fucking both. Whoop!
It's an alicorn!
It's, yeah, alicorn. And it just, whoop! And you just see he's holding, for him, what is large enough that he's holding under his side like a rugby ball. But, Gloria, you see it, and it's almost identical to the one that, Samoshi had. It's an large orb. I got it. One of our lesser keeps might be falling for a bit, but I got it. And you just see him riding off. Where the fuck did they leave it in there, right? Why would you leave it
what-
over here?
Zero would probably spot this, would he?
No, because Zero's outside.
He's gone the
This is-
opposite way.
This is
He's
like
you were
inside.
this is like
Yeah.
2 minutes later.
He's inside.
Sorry, my bad,
Samoshi
I thought you went
teleported
out-
inside. No.
Yeah.
He teleported inside, and from their angle, they
Yeah,
could see
yeah.
him. So, there's just a brief moment where it stops.
Zero's like, what? No.
Just a moment, I have to turn it in reverse.
Just keep it in the air. Don't let it drop.
You just watch as it begins floating back up into a height.
What is happening now?
Loyal servant, you may handle this while I speak to the important people. And Samoshi gets off of the chariot, puts the glaive in the chariot, because it is a big, beautiful fuck-off glaive he has, and he just strides towards you all. His hands are like tucked behind these like very fine, it's almost like a suit, but it's a Arabic like inspired design, and he's just like barely holding to the side. Think of like how Will Smith was with the genie, but in a better movie.
Good.
No, he was good, but in a better movie.
Good.
I get it.
It's Robin Williams. This character's just Robin Williams.
I understand. I think I understand.
Just for reference, Shimoshi went into the main chamber where Sanshori was. and
No,
did
he went
something.
up the next level.
Okay, all of the Varyses are going to go up to the control wherever the control panels are, wherever he went.
He's already walking back down because his chariot, fucking quick, just zoop up immediately, and it basically takes him. It takes him 4 turns to fix this. So you're halfway up the stairs, and he's
I'm
already
gonna
coming
follow.
back down himself. He's already coming down. It's like, I left my servant up there to handle it. I'll just be speaking to you guys.
That's cool.
Wait, it took him 4 turns to do that.
Yeah.
We had 1 turn left.
No, we didn't.
No,
No,
eight-
after
eight-
the 4.
We had
8
8
turns.
minutes, not 8 turns.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, 8 turns, 8 minutes.
Girls, I'm not that cruel. I'm not giving you 8
Just
turns.
checking.
We had 8 minutes, not 8 turns. There's a big difference.
And I did say as well, it took maybe 3 to 4 minutes for Varus to actually like come back with this.
Yeah.
Because it took Varus, like, he literally teleported into the middle of the room going, Samoshi, I need to be habitat! And Samoshi just went, whoop.
This is why you don't ask me to do math.
Yeah. All the Varishes are going to be up there, just guarding that control panel.
Okay, well, at
Okay,
least
while
we're not free falling anymore, so we're actually stood on the ground.
You are, yes.
I'll put us there because
While
Yeah.
that's happening, Zero will ask his new giant friends, where's the control?
And, Samoshi's... Samoshi? Sansori's private
Private what, sorry?
quarters.
Point.
They just point to one of the highest towers.
Yep, I'm gonna ride my owl up there and take whatever owls that aren't helping the... I don't know how many owls the giants...
It give you an idea, you keep offering them, but the giants are floating, so they're good.
Never mind, I'll just...
They
take all-
cast flying themselves, they're fine.
I'll take all 12 owls.
Okay, you fly in, and you like begin looking, and as you are, Samoshi is beginning to descend down steps. There's a cloud, or there's a genie currently focusing on a younger, almost like a genocide, but like if you know, like how say some like half breeds of orc and elf or things are like somewhat more of one race than the other. This is a air genocide that looks very weird. He has got some elvish qualities to him, but he's very obviously Samoshi's kid. Like,
Yeah.
exact same skin tone. It's just like thinner face, a little bit of a point to the ears. And Samoshi begins almost stepping down as you're like looking in the window, like, what the fuck? This one genie is focusing on it, and Varus, you're basically coming up as Samoshi's just there at the top point.
Mhm.
And he just like puts his like hands to his waist. Well, there you go, sorted and fixed. But I'd highly recommend we move it or you land it. I'm not leaving my man here to just maintain this for the whole time. And as you imagine, considering what you've done for me, I greatly appreciate all of this. So, this is but a small token of my appreciation to you, Varus.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to try and take over the controls and try and keep the castle in the air as much as possible. Telepathically.
The
I'll
genie
save
that's
party.
with you, begins instructing you with it. Make an Arcana check with advantage as you say whatever you say to them.
Yeah, just telepathically to the group. I'll be like, we've got control of this castle. It won't fall. We can't let it drop because it'll do too much damage.
For future, DC 15, because you're not a giant who would automatically be able to control it. But you're focusing, and it's basically like trying to tell your brain to work something that it's the idea of is picture if you had a control scheme in your brain you were trying to use, but it was for a left-handed person, so all the stuff is somewhat reversed to your brain. So it's like, this is somewhat not right, but you work it, you focus it, and with your intellect and arcane skill, you're maintaining it now. You think a little bit to the left, it shifts a little bit to the left. You shift a little bit to the right, it shifts a little bit to the right.
You haven't gone into the options menu and changed the X and Y axis.
No, he hasn't done.
I'm not gonna.
If Varus is spending his time doing that, then since the panic seems to have temporarily stopped, Kirok and Tion both sort of do the formal air gestures, since that they are both familiar with.
And Felagos is going to turn back to his Felgolos is going to turn back to his real form. Thank you. I have no idea who any of you are. Yes, I was chained up and this pretty elf found me, and then the fake elf found me, and now you're...
Who?
We'll introduce ourselves when we're on The ground.
Just the
I was-
owls are going. "Whoop."
Actually,
Those
we're
all
gonna-
scare me.
Let's reconvene again at this point, because I don't know where we
We'll
all
all
are on the map
go
at the moment.
probably up
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Where
we're,
Samoshi
and we're
is.
just doing like, yeah. If you guys want to, you can go up to where Samoshi and Varus is
Yeah, we'll
because
go
While
up with
they're
them.
Yeah, I'll say while they're coming up though, Zero does enter and say, "Varus, I take it this is a temporary measure."
Depends how hard you want to drop this castle.
Very.
Samoshi
Needs
is
to
the,
block a waterway. If we
No
can get
problem.
it accurate, it doesn't have to hit as hard.
Samoshi is looking between you two. That could cause an enormous amount of damage to the countryside.
Exactly.
You could cause enough damage that, well, thankfully, where you currently are, if I'm correct, you're over the Evermoors, aren't you?
We are indeed.
We are.
Yeah, thankfully you don't have too much around you. If you were any closer to a city, I'd be forbidding this immediately. Because that could cause severe damage.
The impact was more important when the accuracy was off, although some impact will be necessary. I need to block a waterway from going to the Underdark.
Where?
What's that? Well, is there any way to view outside from inside? I imagine being a control room, there must be.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're up in a high tower, so I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
you're basically in a high tower, because I haven't had time yet because we were already running around.
Yeah.
The highest point is basically a glass, it's like a greenhouse in that it's just glass around on all sides, glass roof and everything. From the outside, it looks like you're looking at clouds. From the inside, it's perfect clear view of everything around you.
Yes, the Kirok method. If you fly up high enough, the world is a map.
He said, Zero, knowing a lot about nature, can probably paint you a fairly vivid picture of exactly where the castle is. It will still need to make a fair impact because it needs to crush some things, but it shouldn't need to be as big as it was going to be since we can get it dead on.
I would highly recommend you plunder and pilfer everything you can within this fine castle, though. There's an enormous amount of wealth in here. This is a cloud giant castle, and I'll be taking a portion for myself. As Samoshi the Raider needs to take his portion.
You're welcome to.
I've run off.
Roman's fucking face.
Boy, go off with him and assist him in all the matters. And
Zero
the
turns to
Guinness guy
Giant
runs
and
off
say-
after him.
Oh god,
Zero
he's
turns
following
to
me.
Two giant friends says, I have no real authority in this place, but if you allow it, I can assist you picking up anything you want to take with you, since this is more yours than anybody else's.
The Giants have fucked off. While you went and looked,
Oh, they're gone.
they're gone. They're gone.
In which case, I tell my owls, take anything shiny.
Off they fucking fly.
Also, I'm gonna be running back down into here and searching him.
We're in Sensory's quarters, right? Is that what you said? You have to go
Yes,
through
you're
there.
currently in Sensori's private quarters. Who are you
Um,
looting? Roman?
The consort.
That motherfucker!
Kirok and
Fake
Tien are
Varus
cuddling
is
each other very closely.
Fake Varus is going to look around the room that we're in.
Do I have that book? Hang on.
I'll stay in the control room to get the best instructions out and make sure this goes out with.
Yeah, real Varus is still on the controls, but Fake Varus is going to loot.
I'm standing just a little ways off from Kirok and Tien, give him some privacy, but kind of awkwardly leaning against a wall. Like, I'm not really sure what I'm doing.
After they've been cuddling for a minute, a feathered arm comes out, and you're just like.
Oh, I know this. I know this.
Are you guys up with me, or are you down?
We've come up with you now, I think.
Okay.
Just so we're in the
Also,
same place,
I'm
with the
just having to
exception of
think
the
about
looters.
It's probably hilarious that Roman is running around because he is wearing a giant's fucking robe, just running.
It's like
He's
a
like a
train.
kid.
But
No,
different
you
terrain.
guys know like the kid who like always puts on the quilt when it comes straight out of the
Yeah,
dryer?
the bed sheet.
That, he's doing that shit.
Kid, that's me.
Yeah, as a kid.
Rude!
The just remember, there's still 4. Although 12 hours are currently looting, there's still 4 hours that will do whatever you tell them.
Okay.
They can loot too.
If you say that to them, they go loot.
Okay, so I need somebody to write this down so you guys can just split this up however you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Because there's basically levels, and you've all the time in the world. So you spend 5 hours just looting.
The rest of the people we know back in Neverwinter, like, man, I hope they're still alive.
Yeah, right.
Sildar has not slept, thinking of the fact that his daughter has gone that high up and has not come back yet, and he's like, "Oh God, did I send
I
that
don't
guy?"
have sending.
Her wife.
Neither do I.
Oh, actually, I can fix
She's
that.
too sleep deprived currently with a fucking year-old, so no, she's.
If we're staying here for 5 hours, then I can use a spell that Kirok took and has never used. I can ritual cast Skywrite. And I'm gonna form the clouds into.
We're okay.
I'm gonna form the clouds into the shape of a giant boar with wings. Moon
With a moon crescent to the back.
Crescent moon behind it.
Majestic.
They'll understand the
Really?
message.
Word spreads throughout the night across all the lands that the moon pigs
Sword
off
Coast
it.
reports some very strange weather.
Yeah, right.
So,
Local
Right.
farmer.
give you an idea, I have so much I need
Okay.
you guys to write.
I'll start a new page. Go on.
Speak slowly.
God, I wish Vicky had taught me shorthand.
It's fine.
Yeah. fine.
70. Okay, so Sensory's throne room will do. 72 gemstones decorate this room. 30 of these are worth 50 gold pieces. 20 of these are worth 100 gold pieces. 15 of these are worth 500. 6 of these are worth 1,000. Plus a black sapphire set above the throne, which is worth 5,000.
Yep.
Now, let's see. The guest room. Yeah, there's a lot of shit here that's basically too big and not really worth the effort. So Samoshi's basically, if it's too fucking heavy, Samoshi's take.
Yeah, things
Yeah,
like
this-
furniture and tapestries and that.
Take off some oats.
Or like a 5 foot tall brass decanter. He's
Yeah,
taking that.
whatever he wants, he can have.
Yeah, fuck that.
2 3 foot tall matching goblets, like that fucker isn't taking those. Let's see, armory, not much in the armory. Let's see.
That's bullshit
Yeah,
armory.
I think several characters would disagree with you.
Everyone disliked that.
I just saw the
Two.
I saw the subtle shake from Curls, just like wrong.
Okay,
If it's not magical, there's no point.
nothing magical, but a lot of materials. Buckley would piss his pants if he saw this room, because there's 2 full sets of Cloud Giant plate in here.
No, Naren, we're not raiding a giant force in Blood and Sand.
There's only one actually in the entire world, so if you ever found it, good luck. I put one in. You just gotta go try and find it.
No thanks.
Let's see. Barracks, yeah, there's that. Let's see. There's from the barracks though, you do get 600 silver pieces and 400
400 what, sorry?
400 gold pieces. Okay. Dungeon. That's where fellow Golos is. And now Sansuri. Her mask. It has an unhappy expression on it and is worth 250 gold pieces. So that is level 1 of 3.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Cloud Stair, Gatehouse, Main Gate, Servants' Quarters. No, those are just the chefs that are currently still shitting themselves. Oh.
Oh god, there's still people in this.
Oh, by the way, Roman, from Crisaro, you do take a Braces of Defense. And when you go to his room, you eventually find out his room. He has a collection of books that are worth 500 gold pieces. and they weigh a total of 100 pounds. But you know enough people where either you would read these books yourself, either for historical, medicinal, or magical properties, or you could sell them.
I mean, to be honest, this is Roman we're talking about.
They're
I was gonna
his.
say he's gonna
Oh.
fucking read them.
You would read
Yeah.
them.
And not only that, it's a thing of, I have nothing to do during the days whenever I'm not actually tinkering in the workshop.
I gave you
Books!
congratulations. I gave you Lord of the Rings, The Silmarillion, and Game of Thrones. Have fun.
Fuck yeah. Alright.
Cool, sorted.
So,
Why does this sound like my life? What the fuck?
man, these
Looks
suck.
at the library behind me.
Roman, you get bored after a while, and you start just eldritch blasting some stuff in the room that you don't care about, and you break one of his vases, and from it you see a hidden compartment, and out of it falls his stash, which has 1,200 platinum pieces, 3,500 gold pieces, 7 500 gem, so 7 500 gold piece gems, and a serpentine owl, a figure of wondrous power.
Oh, we have one of those.
Now you have 2.
We also have 2 braces of defense. This dude was copying Kirok's aesthetic.
She couldn't copy you, so she gave all the magic to somebody else to copy. Let's see now. That's
That's
everything
a little
from
fucked
level.
up in context.
Now levels 3 through 6. So let's see.
Oh, God.
You go into her gallery, containing a very large sum of art objects. Samoshi wants half of them, and is like, she'd like that, she'd like that, she'd like that one. She really hates that design. Ooh, that one she likes. That's their favorite color.
Kirok's like next to him, just going, no, that one. See, it goes with the curtains.
Right. I'll steal the curtains too. Take those too.
Yes.
So there are, and actually there is a human-sized sarcophagus in there as well.
Not touching that.
He opens it. A small hand tries to reach out. He punches it. I'm taking that now as well. he just closes it, clamps it. Mine out.
I need it for things.
think
I
we
want
just
this
found a
because
rare
reasons.
It's a Copharigus.
Bitch.
There's only one of them in the game.
Mine now.
Master Ball.
You hit Samoshi with the basketball. Not again!
Oh no.
Release me. So,
Roll
let's
to throw a
see.
master ball. Fuck, I rolled a 1.
Many well-preserved scrolls of imperial decrees and divine edicts written in the dwarvish script. These give indications to where 4 lost dwarven holds.
We know a bunch of people who'd want them.
Yes, we do.
Durin wakes up in the middle of the night. Nanny?
Yeah, Durham
We just found Capture Rock.
I feel like if there's
10
for me.
That was a very good Dragon Age joke. Unfortunately,
Yes.
none of you could appreciate
No,
it.
I got it. I got it. It's good. There are many art objects. Any one you want to take, each is worth 750. There is also the Banner of Krieg Rune. This is a magical war banner which hangs from a varnished wooden pole bolted to the door. The rod is mounted 20 feet above the floor, and the banner is 9 feet long. So I'm just going to look at this one real quick. It can use as a bonus action unfurl the banner to cause it to provoke the mark of courage. All allies and the wielder of the banner within 20 feet of them are immune to the frightened condition, so long as they remain within the banner for 10 minutes, or until the banner is furled. It has a sentinel standard, which allows you to see anything invisible. So basically, you choose what effect when you unfurl it. So it allows you to see anything that is invisible within 20 feet of it. The Standardist shield, as a bonus action, you can touch the unfurled banner to provoke this power. And any range attack that... I'll just give you guys this item later. I'll just copy and paste it all. Basically, it gives a disadvantage to anyone trying to shoot a friend. The Gift of Battle. The Gift of Battle is what happens if you take the rune from it and you cast it on a location. And it takes 8 hours to transfer it, but should you do so, the magic has an 80-foot radius from it, and it gives all creatures that you choose during combat immunity to frightened conditions and +1 to AC and attack rolls.
Anyone mad if I take that for Gloria and Ash's house?
Not at all.
No one in this house is scared.
You're never scared anyway. No, you fool.
Oh, no.
You have a child. You fool. You're going to have the most aggro little bastard.
But we
Obey.
choose when it's cast. Wait until she's older.
So,
Also,
you also
for-
find...
For that ring I found off Sunsuri, I just called it Ring of Dramatic Effect.
That's hilarious because I gave my
Gotcha.
party a cloak of dramatic effect.
I need to make the third part of the set.
But don't
Hell
forget
of
that
dramatic effect.
that's the Helm of Brilliance.
The blue dramatic
You
effect.
also find a beautiful harp. An Olam harp, which is magical and allows the caster to perform confusion, control weather, and firestorm. Fuck you, Blue.
That is a very specific set of spells.
Basically, if you guys scroll through the DMG and you just see that beautiful harp design that's in it, that. So, congratulations, you guys have Kotler's next birthday.
Hey. Give it to
Throw that.
Varys.
Here, buddy, make yourself look.
I play you a song as I kill you all.
Let's see. Oh shit, the library has a literal space call. We're putting these down later called treasure. Let's see, there's 6
What?
tomes.
Sorry?
Yeah, her library literally has 6 of the tomes in her library are considerably are of considerable worth. These tomes are kept on the highest shelves and are under the treasure area. So,
Shit.
firstly, Sunsuri has a collection of books, 4 of which are historical texts. They chronicle the rise and fall of Astoria, the giant kingdom, which after their war with dragons and their other rivals fell into ruin into what it is nowadays. Each one is worth 50 gold pieces, or 500 gold pieces, and weighs 50 pounds. These are a one-of-a-kind original. They also have
Museum.
a one-of-a-kind original play written in Dwarvish with common translations by a legendary and deceased cloud giant poet named Delevarius. Delevarius.
It's oddly specific world law Wizards of the Coast.
I know, right? This one is worth 750 gold pieces. A thorough search of the thing, which Varys does because he is hungry and smells it. He smells it. He finds the spell book of Countess Sunsuri. Hey Varys, just the spells that she has prepared in this, right? So, it would be easier if I just took a photo and just sent it to you guys, or I'm just gonna copy and paste this. I'm gonna put this into Discord because this is way fucking.
Yeah, I'm sure no one mind if Varys just takes that.
I mean, you're the only one who can really utilise it.
I mean, I could use some things from it, possibly. But
I think Kirok literally knows all of the ritual spells she can learn,
Yeah.
so it's no good to her.
What's the difference between a normal simulacrum and an Ensurish simulacrum?
Well, if you're paying attention, Krauser, you'll have noticed there was more than one Tian, when you can only make one
Well,
simulacrum at a time.
Excuse me.
Sansuri's version of
Dog.
Simulacrum spell allows her to create multiple duplicates of the same creature, but it requires powdered diamond worth 5,000 gold pieces, or to directly take organs from the individual to use. This can be multiple, and you see in the book as well. There's a very disturbing note of how useful the regeneration spell is for this effect.
Right, where is Zero?
Oh my god!
God damn it!
Zero, we need to have
I-
a small chat.
I haven't left the control room. I haven't been willing to. The hours drop after an hour and I'll rest while everyone else has been looting.
Normal Varys is up there with you still, by the way.
I'm
It's
going
fake.
to use my natural recovery ability
Yep.
to gain some spell.
Can real Varys take a short rest while he's controlling the castle? Can he just sit in like hover mode while he rests?
Yeah, basically, it's just a matter of you have to give it a command, and there's a kind of notion right now between both you and Samoshi are fully aware of this of a somebody needs to stay in this room because Zero exists.
That's why I'm staying there.
Let's see. And then in one of the highest points in the area, you find a you find a hall, and you open it up, and it is full. Absolutely full with masks. There is 50 masks in total. All of these opera theater designed ones. They
This
all
lady was in
look
some
like
shit.
cloud giants actually wear masks to determine their moods. So yeah, and they worship the trickster goddess of the giants, which is like the second most powerful of them all, who has, much like the theater design, a joyous side and a tragic side. The thing with it is these masks all are used to discern different emotions, moods, and quite literally everything down to like just one eyebrow is raised in one to the other eyebrow is raised in one. And there is, let's see now, these non-magical masks are sized and molded to fit Sansori's face, and each captures a specific mood or emotion. No single artist crafted more than one mask for the countless, so each mask has its own unique style. The masks rest atop narrow shelves. Each mask, and bear in mind there is 50 of them, is worth 250 gold pieces. Next campaign, the masks of Sansuri are a collector of that. You guys toss these out like, okay. And then, let's see, where is this one now? This is in her study. It's her own private chamber adjacent from her room. I'm basically like, even if something is locked, I'm just like, you guys are gonna break it or dispel it or find your way around it. You're being smart. There are 6 giant-sized potions. Sorry. A potion of clairvoyance. A potion of diminution, which basically is the I make myself smaller. A potion of fire resistance. A potion of lightning resistance. A potion of storm giant strength. And a potion of supreme healing. Each is within a 1 foot tall crystalline flask that weighs about 5 pounds. The potion of a giant size must be consumed in its entirety to take effect, just like the potion of giant size. There are 5 spell scrolls in here. Animate objects. Chain lightning. Dominate monster. Legend lore. And phantasmal killer. Each scroll is 12 foot long, 5 foot wide, rolled in vellum. Normal-sized creatures can use the scrolls despite their size.
What was the third spell?
Let's see.
Dominate monster.
Dominate monster, yes.
What was the last one?
Phantasmal killer.
Hey.
Blue, fabricates in that list.
You're not
Spells.
playing Buckley!
I know, but it's still a good fucking Roman because I can literally fabricate potions.
It's good.
I know. What's up?
It's just good business.
We're memeing. Carry on.
Let's see. 3. Okay,
Jason's just got the book. He's like, okay.
Yeah. Who wants to roll me? Okay, so I need 3d100s. Who wants to roll me 1e?
Got it.
I'll grab one.
I'll take one.
Okay, so 100 from each of you. The first one, Curls, you're for table F. Kirok and Varys are for table G.
83 from table F, please.
14.
And 31.
31.
Spook's going to bed.
Night, Spook.
Yeah, okay. That might be a thing of me and you are just kind of visiting, you know, every now and again. Just, oh, hey, you still got that? Cool. You know, we just coming in to visit every now and again.
You know you can't cast Fabricate.
As a ritual.
Curls,
It's not a ritual spell.
Oh. Is it not? I thought it was.
Gotcha.
It's a wizard only.
you two shut up.
Shush.
Curls, you have something you might want to give your dad. You find the Rod of Rulership.
Okay.
Interesting.
Let's see, who's next? 14 for Varys. Varys gets a carpet.
Yeah.
And Roman, you paranoid bastard, you get a Rod of
Hey, what?
A rod of
Sure.
what?
Security.
Is it just a better version of the Dagger of Alarm that Zal's got?
So first I'll describe the Rod of Rulership. Use your action and present the rod to command obedience from each creature within of your choice within 120 feet of you. They must make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you. While in this way, the creature regards you as a trusted leader. If harmed by you or your companions, it is dropped. This also gives you advantage on all persuasion checks, so long as it is on your person. Let's see, rulership, security.
I think that one's going in the Horde.
Give it to Dad.
No, I don't think anyone should have that.
Dad doesn't
You can
fucking-
trust your dad.
Her dad doesn't fucking need it.
I know he's got his.
He commands respect anyway.
Yeah, but some guys are pricks, and sometimes you just need to go.
Nope.
You rowdy
You
people.
ain't getting it. It's going in. Florian Ash's
Give it
magic
to
stuff.
your dad. I need plot
No.
points.
She refuses. You have enough plot points, damn it.
You're right, I do. It's funny because I do. The fucking.
Core, no.
I don't like
Core,
that.
what do you do?
Being a bad influence. Carry on.
The Rod of Security. While holding this rod, you can use an action to activate it. The rod instantly teleports you and up to 199 other willing creatures you can see to a paradise. It is an extraplanar space. You can choose the form it takes. It could be a tranquil garden, a lovely glade, a cheery tavern, an immense palace, tropical island, so forth.
Oh my god, we can have
It's
a
the
beach
farm
episode.
upstate, Rod.
Regardless
Beach
of its
episode.
nature, the paradise contains enough food or water to sustain all its visitors for as much as they desire. Everything else can be interacted with inside the extraplanar space can only exist there. For example, a flower picked in its garden will disappear once you leave it. For each hour spent in the paradise, the visitor regains hit points equal to 1 spent hit dice. Also, creatures do not age while in this paradise, although time passes normally. Visitors can remain in this paradise for up to 200 days, divided amongst the number of creatures present, rounded down. So if you have 200 people, you get there a day.
We're gonna end up plane shifting in SKT2 to this random fucking beach dimension, and Roman's gonna be there drinking a mimosa.
In a fucking.
His Warforged is with us, like, where have you been?
He's got like the
It's like, ah!
he's got like the floral Hawaiian shorts on.
Yeah, he's just gonna be sitting there just. Man, what the fuck time is it? Oh, hey guys. Oh, wait, what the Oh, hey.
And then the time goes down because the number of creatures increases.
Yeah,
So we're
and
just
he's like, no!
Wait,
So,
no! I just lost 5 days.
To finish,
Fuck.
when the time runs out, or you use an action to end it, all visitors reappear in a location they occupied previous to the rod's activation, or the nearest unoccupied safe space. The rod cannot be used until 10 days have passed. So you can take a bunch of.
You can take a 200-day break every 10 days of work.
But the thing is, time doesn't pass outside of it while this happens.
Also,
So you could go there, do 200 days of work, come back, and be like, I
that's
invented this
exactly
in
what I was
200
gonna
days.
fucking say.
Your lifetime just like tripled.
You can
Oh
do
my God,
200 days of crafting.
You know, you're the motherfucker I need for my worlds of, how could somebody have done this in this time? It makes no sense. Bitch!
How many simulacrums can you make in 200 days?
One.
Uh,
Not Centurias.
Did you see that twinge of regret appear in his eye? Did you see that small flicker of shit?
You can make whatever you want. Just be aware there's side effects.
Yeah, I know. But no.
Not
it's
you.
gonna be a thing
I'm not
of, like,
talking about you.
Oh. Okay.
There's flies in the plant.
So, we done looting?
I have to check. That's level 2.
Yeah,
Hang on.
I'll just be like, okay, everybody can, you can have this wand of War Mage, Censuri's robe,
see.
his ring. I'm just gonna take the rod and I'll be out now.
Okay, so, Gold Tracy adorns Sensori's bed. If pried loose, they're worth 100 gold pieces, but there are 50 gemstones embedded in the bed frame. Each of these 50 gemstones
This
are
bitch, what kind of life?
Each
She's
of these
fucking living.
This is
Also,
people
the
at
wand of the
Wizards
War Mage
appreciating the
was
little.
+4, right?
3 War Mage.
Or +3? Okay.
This is Wizards of the
Yes.
Coast appreciating what little shit rogues are. I would like to pry the gemstones from the bed.
Ring and it was, what was the actual ring that she had? It was Ring of
It was the Ring of Windor.
Ring of Windor.
Waynor.
Dramatic
Yeah,
fact.
Could you imagine of looting this place earlier in the campaign?
Jesus, right. That
Well,
fucking rod of security would have been so goddamn good.
One of us that are writing it all will put a full list up at some point, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
I was just
then-
gonna get in there because
Yeah,
the 50 gems each are worth 100 gold. Let's see. 6 gold spun tapestries. Each weigh 750 pounds, but they're each worth 2,500 gold. Sansuri also has a freestanding mirror with an electrum metal frame. This is worth 1,500 gold pieces.
What the fuck?
I've given up at this point.
This is fucking Louis the 13th's palace.
It is!
Genuinely
Oh,
given
by the
up
way,
at this point.
by the way, fun fact, guys. A wild element is, while she's minted, had you gone and raided the storm giants and killed them all, there's like 1,000 gold worth of stuff in the entire keep. You'd have gotten fuck all for killing them, but killing this bitch, she got cash.
And we waited till the end of the game.
Hey,
But here's
this here is, retirement money.
Also,
That's fucking true. I'm never working
Also-
again.
You've got a child to raise.
college fund, college fund, college fund.
She's gonna get the best education in the damn country.
Hell yeah, she is.
To say this as well, really quickly, you would have gotten fuck all of this had somebody not gone to Samosia and gone, hey, do you have one of those?
That is true.
Let's see.
But you
When
can't-
by the way, you find a lot of her treasure, so the magical items and such, when you find her Lemon's tiny hut, or tiny chest, and you open it. Her Lemon's tiny chest is worth 5,000 gold pieces, by the way.
Or you can use it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The small replica.
I'll take the chest.
The small replica you used to summon it is worth.
I
50,000.
remember you asking for one of them.
We found one once. That's where I got my braces from.
Inside the full-size chest are Sansuri's Conch of Teleportation, which you could have used to go to the Giant Keep.
Yeah,
But
that's
she
a good
decided,
point.
fuck that! Yeah, the one you got from the lowest level giant and went, we're good. We're not touching the rest. We're good. We're gonna go to the big guy immediately.
Why go to more effort than is necessary?
Also, get ready for this, right? Because you think she's minted 500 platinum pieces,
This bitch.
6 pieces of jewelry, 4 are platinum bracelets worth 750 gold each, a gold pendant necklace with a fist-sized amethyst, 7,500 gold pieces, and a diamond-encrusted, I don't even know what this is, a diadem?
Diadem.
Diadem. It's like a
Diadem.
tiara sort of thing.
Ah, yeah.
It's a
Worth
tiara.
worth 10,000.
Fuck.
We just found the diadem of Ravenclaw, everybody.
It's a Horcrux.
And
Destroy it!
and finally, that is it. That is quite literally everything.
This is one of those moments where the fact my 5s, my 0s, and my Gs all look the same is really fucking me up.
We're gonna try and read our notes of that loot and be like, I don't know what I've wrote.
There's a reason I
got halfway
said the
through.
loot.
I got halfway
I
through.
got-
and
I went
was
the
like,
whole way
"Fuck it,
through."
I can't keep up.
I've got 3 A5 pages for the loot. Yep,
God
we'll get
damn.
to that later.
With all the loot gathered,
Yes.
while they're gathering the loot, rather, Zero will probably notice the dragon's
I'm gonna do this real quick. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Show to players.
Yeah.
Jesus. Imagine if we had rated this. This would be fucking terrible.
Jesus. Yeah. If we'd done this like at a lower level, good lord.
Yeah.
It's been real difficult.
She might not have been.
Roasted.
That level.
She might have.
That's pretty.
Yeah, all the levels are beautiful. But in fairness, she might not have considered dropping the fucking thing, and you probably wouldn't have thought of, let's just barge the. There's also considering
we
the
would have
point
had
of.
to, like, the plan has gone wrong.
You also have to consider the fact of she had 2 years to rebuild her army after she lost it all.
True.
Sorry about that.
How bad did I do that? You didn't, Gregor did, but okay. So that is it. That is literally everything. It takes you 5 hours to loot.
While they're looting, I'll go to the. He's not in his dragon form anymore, or is
And then
he?
we change back to his dragon.
I thought we did, but wasn't sure. I'll notice his tattered wings and say, I could do a makeshift job now, although if you stick around, I could probably fix that after a rest.
He looks at you. I'm like he has that moment of I'm not sure to let this thing touch me. It looks sickly. He's like, I'm good, thanks. I'm gonna. And he just like scoots over a little bit to Samoshi, just a little bit more.
He's
not
good.
forcing matter.
I'll sure. And Gloria, you look up at Samoshi, and he just has his face looking at this dragon, going, like it has the face of this face because you pull it. I'm gonna have to adopt this, aren't I?
My face very familiar to me.
How old is this dragon?
Okay,
is this like
actually.
a young adult? Is this what is it?
He looks like he's barely an adult.
Aww,
See, so
He's
yeah.
probably-
Like your boy, but
baby! Oh, it's like a Sarah.
the SKT 2 is happening 18 years after. Yeah,
19.
19.
Well, actually, from this one, 17 years from here.
Gotcha.
17 from right.
Cool.
Why? What's up, my
Times
buddy?
365.
let him do that.
He's doing,
We'll come back to that
he's
after
doing
the game.
lifespan math.
He's working out how many days he can get in the secret beach realm.
Bear in mind, you don't age a
17
day
years.
when you're in there.
I know. That's
So
why.
every 10 days, you can get
Another
200.
200.
Divided by 10.
36.5.
Okay, let him do the
Fine.
math. We need to continue the game.
Okay, let's play the actual game.
124,000 days.
Right, I don't give a fuck.
Crafting!
Okay, I'm gonna let
Wait
you
a
know, I don't give a fuck, but whatever you and your Warforged want to do in that time, go nuts.
Alright.
If the Warforged is there half that time.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Well, actually, you
I tell you what could happen, Roman.
2,000 hours.
Roman, I tell you what you could do. You could have the Warforge stay and manage the shop, and every 10 days you come back, resupply, go back to your spot.
Okay, back in the room.
Anyway, back
Anyway,
When you've come back from looting, Zero's going to turn to you and say, I no longer work for the Defenders, so I will not be taking a share of this wealth. However, if you did want to give me a share, I could be convinced to trade it for several weird propulsion device machines.
Zero, you could take a share. Like this was never about membership.
We don't need propulsion machines. I've currently
That
got
too.
control of the castle.
And maybe you won't accept
I-
a share,
I
but
look-
you should
I
at
look
least
at-
accept a gift.
I look at Roman and say, very good propulsion machines that can shift an entire castle. Tested and proven effective.
In the distance, you just hear. Still, there's at least one connected.
They probably need some refine. But the technology certainly
the technology is there.
From like 1,000 feet down, you hear. I'm okay.
somebody who enjoys research would probably like something like that.
Zero, I'm gonna have plenty of time to do research on many things.
Why not add it to the list?
I'll think about it.
Very well. With that aside, I'm happy to drop this castle whenever you.
If we can do it in a way that minimises the damage to the rest of Faerun, that'd be nice. But
I don't like the idea of dropping the castle anywhere.
can we just do a very purposeful landing?
I don't
It
think
needs
you
some
can't stay in the
force
sky
behind
forever.
it. But we
Well,
are above a
technically it
marsh,
could.
do not forget. There is no civilization here, if that is what your concern is.
I mean, technically, we could keep it in the castle and use it for whatever we want it for.
You don't want it.
You don't.
Neither of us do.
I think it's
Besides
better.
my
if
own
the
current
thing-
goals, do recall I did promise to rip this sky out of the this castle out of the sky for her.
Yes,
That was in
sky out of the
character.
castle. Ah.
That was in character.
And more.
Well,
This thing needs to hit the get on the ground.
I'll
If it
land
happens
it,
to be in a place where Zero needs it, we
I'll
may as
land
well.
it very carefully.
It
Well,
needs
enough.
some force. I am going to be using this method to kill many Illithid. It will do a great service to this world.
And doing that much damage to the terrain would be devastating, even a small impact.
I will be staying here for a while to make sure the river is sealed up properly. And while I'm here, I may as well make sure the wildlife. And since when do you care about the wildlife?
I'm surprised you care.
I always cared
fucked
about the
off again.
wildlife.
What, the ones underground?
I care about the surface wildlife. That's why I'm dealing with the underground crap.
Barrett's make an intelligence check.
I'm still connected.
Considering
to
there's not a math skill check, I'm just making you do an int check. You're the smart boy.
Make no mistake, things will die down there.
You're just trying to think, Varus. You can not even. You're really struggling to fathom just how much this thing weighs. So you're trying to picture if it came down from what height, what would be a safe height to drop it from.
Mm.
And the thing is as well, to remember, a lot of this is sogged terrain, so it's not like it's going to cause an enormous fraction. There's a lot of bog water. There's a lot of stuff that would take the impact to stop it from expanding or causing. If there's stuff living in the swamp, if it's within 1,000 feet of where this lands from one point, they're dead. If it's from a higher point, it's 3,000 feet.
Well,
Like, you have to judge.
Would you like me to do some data calculations on how much force I actually need this to hit to actually seal up the
Varys, you're trying to picture it, and if he's talking about trying to seal waterways that are underground, probably deep. Gonna have to be high.
There's got to be another way.
To my understanding, this force isn't going to hit any civilization. What do you care? There's nothing sentient down there. Well,
Do you know of?
there is a rat, probably. I will probably rescue him.
You can't say there'll be nothing down there that's going to be harmed by this. Nothing that
There will be living
is
things that
inherently
are harmed
good.
by this. You could go down and issue an evacuation order if you wish. I could go down there and try to shoo away some of the bigger life. I am talking about destroying an Illithid stronghold. How many innocents do you think that killed?
There's got to be another way. We can find another way. Give us some time. We'll find another way to
To what?
get to your goal. But we can't drop this castle.
There's got to be
So
more than
would-
one way to seal a waterway.
Exactly.
It is not exactly a small waterway. It is, and it's not just a tunnel like you may be imagining. There are silt and levels and trickles become rivers. There is a reason I need to drop a castle to stop this river.
It's too extreme. I can't let it happen.
Too extreme for you, Varys the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
So what are you proposing then? Do you want to come down and raid on an Illithid stronghold that my Ebon Enclave are not willing to take on their own?
Just trying to create another DLC. Stop it. No.
Not hope.
No. I don't know what I'm suggesting, but we will have to find another way to reach the goals that you want. That don't include
not-
devastating the countryside.
I
With
will
a
not
massive
fight you
rock.
on this, but understand it is only because I am not confident in my ability to survive. If you do not drop this castle, you will make an enemy this day.
Samoshi and Felgolos are both on the side of the defenders. Samoshi is very sternly got his arms crossed. He's just shaking his head.
So Moshi, it was my words that let you loose from your slave. These
I'm
lot were happy
very
to continue.
aware. I'm very aware.
It is not
But
like
one
I'm
good
doing this for
action does
giggles.
not permit one evil act. You are doing this for a reason. I can understand your reason. I cannot condone your reason.
Telepathically, I'm asking Kirok and Glory what they think.
Well, telepathically in response, Kirok is kind of not like 50-50 split, but like 60-40 split in that she also definitely doesn't want to destroy the countryside, but she has no desire to keep the castle.
No.
She doesn't want anything to do with it. She's happy to just safely land it on the ground and leave it to just crumble and rot to time.
I'm happy to do the same.
Glory. What the fuck are you thinking? Agrees that she didn't look up. Thinks it should be on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she's mostly preoccupied by how much this doesn't sound like zero.
Zero turns to dragons like, and your thoughts on the matter?
I don't like this place. I want it destroyed. But I don't want the conscience of whatever's down there being killed by my decision on this. So, you all seem like great heroes, or whatever else you are. And he points towards Zero. I'm not taking a stand in this.
You won't even consider the possibility of evacuating whatever lives down there before dropping the car?
It's a good suggestion.
If we can,
It's just
if we can promise that stuff is being evacuated, maybe.
I'm not all knowing. I can't guarantee every living thing would be gone, but with the lot of us, I'm sure we could certainly make anything with any sense leave.
I'm trying to think of a way we could land the castle, then use magic or something to make properly seal, so that it,
You know,
it
we
won't
did
need the.
once go along the countryside, killing anything that came for us for whatever reason in a great.
Self-defense is a different thing entirely than a strike like the sort of strike you're suggesting.
Against Illithid.
What have they done to you?
Pardon.
What have they done to you?
What have they done to this entire fucking world? What have they done to countless aeons? The gods themselves won't fight these blasted things. These things are the worst. Anything. I've got in my employ entire races that were enslaved by them, traited, molded, twisted by them. What have Illithid's done to me? This narrow-minded thought is why all you surface dwellers are just cowering up here. You let the cancer down there spread, and it is spreading. I am setting them back, but I don't even know if I can actually put any sort of real dent into them. You'll wait, and then they'll overflow into the surface, and oh dear, you'll go and kill the drow or something stupid as you often do since the Underdark is suddenly attacking. Meanwhile, these Illithid and whatnot will just be corrupting more and more, and by the time you actually act, it will all be too late.
That's very quickly. I was going to cast Detect Magic out of my staff.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking
what-
for?
Just want to look at Zero. Do I get any weird magic vibes from him?
Probably from my eye.
You definitely do.
Do I get
There's
any sort of magic?
You get 3 and you can't discern which is the more dominant. Like, whenever you begin trying to discern one of them, it fades, another one begins controlling, another one fades, another one begins controlling. There's 3 different effects that are messing with his eye right now.
Out of character, I have assumptions what that eye is. In character, would I have any clue what's going on there?
Woody Zero? Is this anything you think that he might know?
I'm very learned.
Yeah, you're pretty learned, but I did make this with nature magic, and so
It would be an Arcana
I think
check
at the
if
very
you did,
least
no?
you'd have some understanding that there was some divination level to it.
There
But,
is a
beyond that-
divination. There is a
Yeah, beyond
divination
that-
and evocation that are in it.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's not the thing that I think it is. That's
it's not like it's something that's like
It's what I'm
controlling him. It's not like a
Like-
parasite
it's-
controlling him or some shit.
Yeah, it's definitely not controlling. It actually seems like it's a part of my body. If you look closely enough, which you probably are at this stage, you probably realise that it's crystallized blood. My blood, no less.
Think Dragon Age Inquisition red lyrium vibes, but just the eye.
yeah.
And you can clearly still use it and see through it, and it's weird, it moves in the socket, and that's...
Yeah, even though it has no iris, it's just clear crystal, but it moves around like...
Okay, well,
Do I know he's looking at it?
He's looking right at you, he's not had any indication to try and hide.
you saw me cast the spell.
Yeah, he tapped his staff and a magic flung from him.
If you're
Didn't
curious
seem to
about the
affect
eye,
anyone.
it is of my own creation. It is not parasitic in nature, if that is your concern. It helps me see in the dark after I lost my other one. It also ensures that if something should happen to me, such as illithid corruption, or some undead trying to rise me in some weird fashion, as soon as I drop dead, I will incinerate from the inside. Brain first.
Interesting. Well, it doesn't help your case. I think I've made a decision. I'm willing to place this castle down carefully in a safe place. Remove the controller, give the controller
Since
back
you will
to
not hear reason, at least place it in that area. It will not be enough, but
But it
I
will be the
take my
start.
leave. Start of what? I have an entire lake to poison. Illithid are dependent on water, but that secondary water source will still be enough for them to survive. I'll take my leave.
Zero, you
Good
know
luck,
we've always got your
defenders.
back.
Funny, it doesn't seem like it.
And this doesn't seem like you.
What part of it exactly doesn't seem like me?
It is crueler than you are.
Let me share a little secret with you before I go. Remember once I told you that there are very tiny life forms living pretty much on everything and in everything? We are practically made up of the things. Did you know when you rub your fingers together, billions die? When you pick up a sword, countless genocides happen, whether you intend it to or not. It is a grim reality. But whatever. I shouldn't have expected Surface to come to any sort of aid under me. Not until it has in their vested interest. At which point they'll happily commit genocide on some poor sap and call it just. Whatever. I'm leaving.
If you want the surface to come to your defence, then we're not the ruling party in that matter. It's not our decision to make.
The ruling parties have made it quite clear they will come to no aid of the under.
Then you have to do what you have to do. But we're not dropping this castle where you want it.
Indeed, I do have to do what I have to do. Of course, the temptation is to attack this console before I leave, but like I said, my survival is important for the continued campaign.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could certainly try.
And let me make this perfectly clear, I would kill if I thought it would work.
I'll stand up from like the little control panel and just walk towards him.
Make no mistake, I
Again.
am not in any position to fight all of you.
Yet you still threaten us. All of us.
What sort of threat is that? So
Varus.
I'd kill if I could, but I can't.
Varus,
Grow
let him
up.
go.
You need to leave now.
It was my intention. Bizarre, demons have more common decency than you. Sorry, I said demons, I meant fiends. He would know the difference.
I imagine that was all in character, every single little point of that.
And he walks away and he gets to the edge of the castle, shape change and leave.
Kirok says as you walk out, I hope you find it.
What?
The part of yourself that you've lost.
I reach down the front of my robes, and I hold a to reveal a necklace with a pendant on it. In that pendant is a small formaldehyde tube that's preserving a blue feather. He says, "I never lost anything." Then he shape changes and goes away.
And so exits the Plague Father.
I'm not going to repeat what I just had to blue because it's too sad.
Well, now you have to repeat it.
Tell me later.
Now you have to repeat it.
Ooh! Curls, that's
Now you
uncalled
have-
for.
Curls, now you have to repeat it.
That's
Come on.
uncalled for.
No one ever runs away from the moon pigs.
Oh, don't do that. I made a wisdom save. Don't make me do this.
Here, guys. You've got every
No, not
opportunity
to attack
play.
you, but because it's sad. Because
Yeah.
Oh, emotions, those things.
yeah.
Got it.
Also,
The fuck were you guys thinking?
mainly because I just wanted to see what it would be. For the rest of Roman's life, I would have 2,051 days.
Jesus.
Christ above, man.
Glory will be so dead so quickly in your eyes. Right.
Actually, technically, you would live very long in his eyes because he has way more life to live before you expire.
Let's get off this fucking castle.
Do you want me to
Maybe
land
we
up?
should. Yeah. Put it down where you want it to too. Doesn't.
He gave a vague idea with pointing as to where. So either you do it, Varus, or Samoshi will control it, and one of you will lower it. And as you do, the castle's sheer weight. And bear in mind, when you do it, like anyone who flies off of it and looks down below, as it's getting low to the ground, it's like because bear in mind, this is a very wide castle. This is near like 1,000-foot wide castle on all sides. It's like everything underneath it just fucking got up and bolted because this is daytime. Anything nocturnal is gone. Like 2 trolls, I've just fucking booked it out of a small bog area, and a lot of small life is all moving off. You do see as well going towards the southwest side is a young man with a bow and arrow, and an older man with a beautifully crafted spear, and they're both running as well. From whatever on earth this is. And it lowers, and just the castle's sheer weight and the desire to go down, it pushes into the earth until the flat base level of it shrunk. It's part of it.
Let's get the fuck off this castle.
Samoshi, can you take this controller back to where it belongs?
He picks it back up, he puts it back under, and his chariot is full of shit. So much stuff, and he's
He's done
taking
a
all back.
supermarket sweep.
He did it. Oh yeah, no. He did a supermarket sweep. I'm very glad I brought something to go with this, and I'm very glad you all made the choice you did today. This was not an easy thing to agree to, but I don't think he would have hesitated even if this was over Neverwinter. That's why it was important to stop him. Kiddo,
That's a conversation for another day.
keep in touch.
We will.
You're always welcome for tea. We always make it ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so Smoshi, you doing poker this week or next?
Oh no, she has something she wants to do on Friday.
Gotcha.
We'll do poker next week after that. But if you
Gotcha.
bring that deck again, the fire genie is taking your hands. He does not trust that deck. You use one of us. I
Again,
know it's too big for you, but he hates having to do this.
again, not my fault. I told you guys. I asked you if you wanted me to bring the deck. You said yeah. You bring it.
Yes, but we told you not to bring it 4 times in a row. Take the hit. Stop bringing the deck.
Whatever. But yeah.
He just smiles towards all of you. How's the... And he points towards Gloria. How's the little one? Is she...
She's fine. She's fine.
We didn't get a chance to, but... And he just reaches into the
Wait
chariot.
until she's older.
No, this is mostly for you two. And he just basically hands you a parent's care package.
Aww.
There are more
nappies.
There are more nappies than you ever think you could ever use. But considering you've already
That's
had a
not
child for a
possible.
year, you know there's always more nappies.
Over one shoulder.
My noble defenders, it is a pleasure as always. Next time any of you need me, you know where I'll be. And he just like waves his hand, and the Genasai next to him begins casting a spell and going, Samoshi, the impressive Samoshi, oh, fuck, get through, Dad. And off they pop.
Counterspell.
Spell's already cast, it's gone.
Stay on the material plane, bitch.
Poker
No
Knights
one
now,
runs away from.
bitch.
No one runs.
Oh God, no. Let's get out of here.
What happens now?
We go home.
Yeah. You can come back to mine if you want, Kirok, if you need some more company with you.
I think so. I think we'll do that.
You know, Ash could be happy to see you.
I miss Ash.
And she's probably wondering if we're all fucking dead right now.
Oh, I think she'll be able to tell we're okay. It's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's basically one massive cloud. It's just been changed and formed. It's like Art Attack, but the other way up.
Wow, what a reference!
But a reference everyone gets.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's my
So-
childhood.
Should we go back to Neverwinter?
Oh, yeah, that. I forgot about that. Yeah, we should do that too.
I can take us back.
And Huru can as well. If we wanna,
Whichever's easier.
if we wanna take the long way.
I mean, I can get back another way.
Oh my
if you
god,
want.
Ash gives a mom is Molly Weasley.
Ash is memeing in the group chat. Anyway.
She's here in spirit, guys.
I know we just had a big argument about it, but I feel like we got our answer. Does anyone mind if I make sure this castle doesn't come back?
Once we're safely away from it,
I'll
be
like
my
that.
fucking guest.
God damn it,
I
honey.
never want to see this place again.
Neither do I.
Let's get
So it's
everything we
everyone-
want out. It's very
So
heavy.
you guys get all your gear. Gloria ends up carrying most of it. I imagine some people start casting Tensor's floating disc because at least two of you bastards have access
We
to
got time. We'll sort it.
We could
Sorted.
put stuff on Huru. Huru can carry
We'll
anything.
magically ferry all of our items.
it. Yeah, you magically fairy, quote unquote, because I'm too lazy to describe it, but you guys do it. You're level 13 and 15. You do it. And then Kira,
Yeah.
how do you want to do this?
Yeah, when everything's done, she puts people either on Huru or on a bird, just like in the air, and she'll go down to like the highest point of the castle and perch on the very top of it, and she pulls out the glass staff that she got from the very start of the bloody campaign.
Glass stuff? The glass stuff she got from glass stuff.
Well, you're on a glass ceiling because the highest point is the glass ceiling, which is sensory spot.
And yeah, when she makes sure that everybody is safe in the air, she spins the staff around a couple of times and smashes it down onto the top of the building and casts the 8th level spell Earthquake to destroy it.
And in that moment, you're drawn back to all those years ago. And boulders flying and crushing and destroying, and the pain. But you've come past that. Your friends are there. You're not alone. Your loved one is there. And this grim chapter of your past, like an avalanche of pages rolling, over the course of the duration of the spell, closes. Even the most solid portions, adamantite doors, fall, and they collapse. Everything breaks. Everything falls. There is not of that cruel person's life left but rubble. It is also worth noting that once you got down to the lowest level and got it on the ground, the young cloud giant maid and the ogres all fucking booked it. Because I did realize I didn't specify that, but now I do. So, you look at this. The end of one of the most powerful mages in all of Faerun. One of the few things that still remains is her throne, with her decapitated body still strewn on it. She was an exemplification of cruelty of a past age. And now you and your friends, these good people, can show the world what it means when there is good that is willing to fight, protect, and defend Faerun. And so you make your way back. A brief stop in Gauntlgrim so that the very worried Ashk is put at ease with her dwarf-sized baby of red-skinned. Already has a teeny tiny tuft of hair here and a teeny tiny tuft up here. And you have all of you together just have one little rest. A lot of good ale gets drank. Kirok chugs. So does Tion. Because anytime anyone reaches for her hand, he smacks it. Then you make your way back to Neverwinter.
When they
You
wake up in the
confirm?
morning, they'll see evidence of vultures' feathers around the.
Noted. You make your way back to Neverwinter. Sildar and Legacy are informed. You are thanked for your efforts as always. And you're welcomed home. After the celebrations that happen, and the long time spent with Legacy, who talks in detail with Glory and Kirok about the importance of what happened today, and why doing it the way you did was the right thing. There is no guilt, there is no shaming. It's a confirmation that you have done the right thing, and in the best way possible. And so you all make your ways to your own homes after saying your heartfelt goodbyes and knowing you'll all meet again during the year and, of course, at the Fall of Imrith Festival, which shall be forever known as Dragon's Falls Festival. And that, my dear friends, one last time, is how we're going to end this session.
That was a nice story.
Yeah.
And now we all sit here for a worrying amount of time very quietly.
Oh, alright, now I gotta figure out how to make this roast punk.
Let's do it again.
You know what? That sounds like a great idea. How about sometime in August?
17 years.
How does
Yep,
sometime in
look forward
August
to
sound,
Storming
guys?
Thunder 2.
Yeah. And that's not me joking. How does
With a bunch
August
of
sound?
characters we're continuing to be really
Yeah,
cryptic
man.
about on Twitter.
We'll talk about it later. For now, I'm gonna
I'm sure you
come
can
off
all
line.
look forward to what Action Zero and the Ebon Enclave have gone on to.
I shake my fist at you, Zero. I shake my fist at you, giving me conflicted feelings.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I had a plot
Ouch.
set up that if you killed him right then and there, what would happen?
Like fuck.
If he didn't make his
fuck.
way out,
We would do that.
We would rather all
Varus
die.
looked fucking. I'm not gonna lie,
Varus
Varus
is-
looked
He
tempted.
Yeah,
was ready
Varys-
to throw down. He was ready to throw down.
Varys,
You had the option.
Varys is an anomaly and
We're
should
gonna-
not be counted as part of
We're gonna, before we go through the whole analysis, because we'll probably be here for several hours, I want to thank everybody, anybody who watched this. I want to thank all you guys for playing. I want to thank Das for DMing this.
Yes.
Best idea that I had all those years ago to go, hey Das, I got some friends who want to play D&D, and you're the only guy I know who knows how to DM.
And you need a break from blood and sand.
So, yeah. one of my finer life
I
choices, I
was in
think.
college.
I was in uni. I have moved out.
That's how that's how I met my girlfriend.
So yeah.
I was on this couch, and I still am. Actually, I think it's a different couch. Well,
Hey, it's a cosmic couch. It's a metaphor.
It's character development.
Oh my god,
I'm
Emo.
just picturing a mass of eyes and tentacles on a couch just flicking through.
Naren
Seen
in
it,
darkness.
seen it.
Naren went
Just
from
when
living in a
something
normal
tentacles.
house to
Oh,
living
wait,
in the
this is a different
basement.
different basement.
I think he's the proudest we are of any of us. I mean, that's true D&D
So-
when you move to the basement.
Once more,
Yeah.
thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta, my dears.